Hi, I'm Kelley, editor of the Oklahoman. Vote in Oklahoma in 3 weeks, and you're all but assured your vote will count. The approach of another presidential election now prompts news stories in other states, particularly the big ones, about how election officials expect to be swamped and are worried about properly counting ballots. Those of us who pay attention to these matters always have Florida rattling around in the back of our minds. You remember Florida, don't you? Remember the phrase, hanging chads? No telling how many votes, probably in the many thousands, simply were thrown out in that election 8 years ago. Sadly, the Sunshine State produced the most laughable yet tragic example in modern history of a statewide election that was fouled up from start to finish, and all it did was decide who the next president was going to be. Well, here in Oklahoma, as red a state as you'll find, we aren't going to decide the outcome of the presidential race this year. But if you vote here, your vote is going to matter. That's because all Oklahomans vote the same way, by optical scanner, and have been doing so for 16 years now. In year 2000, the year of the Florida debacle, Oklahoma was one of only a handful of states that had a uniform system statewide. State election officials are looking for a so-called next generation system that would be even more efficient and accurate than the optical scanners. But so far, no such system exists. So the current system will remain in place for the foreseeable future, which isn't a bad thing. Nothing in a democracy is more sacred than free and unfettered elections, and that includes assurance that every step possible will be taken to count and record every vote. As much as any other state, Oklahoma offers that assurance.